Oh my God, someone go to the Didion.
490, 76 Didion.
776 Didion.
All right, Casanova, you and I, Normandy, we got 2 units on. Oh my God.
There's a fucking 57.
Go.
There's 3 of them. Seven is gonna be on Hillcrest, or Milton. It's gonna be the most north one.
Hey, Ferb. I'm like a hound out for blood. Go. Go. Fuck! Okay, we're good. Dispatch 220, I'm 23, the 57 on Normandy. There's a Stratum parked outside.
I'm coming. Do you want us to break off Didion and come to you?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Unless you want to monitor it. I mean, I don't
Didion.
know.
507, 76 Milton.
490, 23 Didion.
Harvey
I've
hears
got
me
a
on radio,
black
and he knows
SUV
damn
with
well.
door wide open,
He knows
sitting in the
damn
street.
well. All right, up next we have Casanova arriving on scene to help out. Casanova, do you want to say anything to the camera?
Yeah, I'm about to kick this motherfucking door in.
507 breaking
He's
off
gonna kick
Normandy,
this door
going to
in.
Didion.
And I'm gonna help him. You know, honestly, I'm gonna get your POV
Yeah.
of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Myself and Casanova are breaching. I'm just gonna record him while he does all the work.
Bob, give me a call when you're done with that call.
LSPD, let me see
No,
some
I'm on a
fucking
goddamn
hands.
call.
Show me them hands now. Hands now,
Surgeon, I
motherfucker.
can wait.
Do not move.
507, 23.
Let me see some hands.
Casanova, he's running toward me.
Glad you guys are here.
Sir,
Yep.
you want to say anything to the camera, sir?
Yeah, sure.
All
Hey, welcome to my lovely home.
Oh, nice.
Hey, this is where I eat dinner.
Wow.
This is where I enjoy, a bit of television after a long days at work.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do you also sleep
let
in
me
the
look.
kitchen?
Yeah, sometimes, you eat too much, man, you get the itis, man. You just stay there. Here, come down here. I'll show you something else.
All right.
Okay, yeah. No, of course.
Now, don't get jealous. I know it's a nice home. I'm not trying to show off or nothing. Just come with me.
Listen,
No.
it's impossible to show off when you're rocking the socks and sandals as good as you are.
Hey, do me a favor. Pick that up for me.
I bet. I got you.
Hey, appreciate you, man.
Oh, nice. Uh, 220 to units outside. Be advised, we're Ocean King inside right now. We're talking to possibly the owner. We're getting the MTV Crib Tour.
Now, this is the highlight of the home right here.
This is where the action happens.
Exactly. You ever had a bathtub right in your bedroom?
Not, I can't say I have, no.
You never lived until you just let everybody watch you bathe.
Isn't there a website for that? Like
I don't know.
490 from 507, you got
Pornhub or
anything?
whatever?
Pornhub.
Is that
Negative,
is
but
that
they do have a ping pong table in the backyard.
no? You sorry.
I don't watch
Last-
porn.
No. Last I heard, hear me out. Last I heard, this is not a bathtub. This is a pool, and you need to have a
is it?
lifeguard if you're gonna have a pool in your bedroom.
Well, shit, I'm not hiring right now, but if you give me your number, I'll consider you in the future.
Okay,
Did
perfect.
this
I was gonna say,
vehicle
I
have
mean,
any signs of tampering? I didn't have a chance to look.
Hey, firm. It's also flag
Hey,
stolen.
it's all right. You're a
It's
strong
kinda
guy,
heavy.
man. Hey, just hold on to it. Hold on. I need to move it out to my car. Come with me.
Oh, okay.
I be advised the homeowner is bringing out a statue to his car. Check the car and see if it's
I gotta
fucked
get my
up.
TV as well. I'm moving places. This is a little below my budget.
What's your what do you do for a living?
Okay, XP,
Me,
you're
I'm
running on foot. Are
an
you
investor
messed up?
slash politician.
Nice.
I'm the hood Charles Schwab.
Jumping over the wall?
What car is this going into?
On westbound?
We're gonna take it outside. I got a little
Southbound?
stratum, you know, a little I borrowed it from a friend. Come on out here.
Okay.
Hey, I appreciate you helping me out with that, fellow. Here, I even got something for you, man.
This is so great. Listen, guys, you thought we were coming to a robbery?
That's for all your hard work.
Oh, thank you, sir.
77s?
You tipped me
It's
$10.
only VCB. One person's running on
Damn, he's
foot,
really
all
got-
black,
he's got
black
rich people money.
backpack.
All right, now watch the
Heading
corners here. We
southbound
don't want to
towards
mess it
Gideon.
all up.
Okay, okay.
Appreciate you. Yeah, right in here, right in here. Right in this stratum right here. I
This one right
appreciate
here?
it. Yeah. Hey, be careful. Watch out for that latch.
All right. I got this. Oh, all right. There you go.
Hey, I appreciate you guys.
What'd you say your name was again?
My name's Chris Mobbins.
Chris Mobbins. All right. Good to meet you.
Hey, the Rangers are good people. I'm gonna go ahead and get in this car,
Okay.
Okay.
and I'll catch you guys later.
With a bang, boy.
Oh,
with
pardon
that.
me. Hey,
Oh
you know
my-
what?
Bang him.
Oh
Just 'cause-
my!
I got you again.
I got tipped $20.
Oh my
And he
god.
hit my car with a bat.
All right, that was nice guy.
Stun finger, where VCB on the individual?
Can you get a couple 77s? We
Oh,
got
it's a
the
house.
bang boy out here on the middle of the road. Scully's got him at gunpoint. Disregard, he's taking off. We're gonna be VCB in a second.
Sarge?
I got my wheelchair.
No one owns this house.
Oh my!
What's the
Did
20
we
on
get? Did we get duped?
We're by Decker Street. He's taking off westbound towards
Well, I mean,
San Andreas.
You
was
sell more than me. I got
got
$20.
Oh my god! We got duped.
I mean, yep. Wait, does that make me a fuck?
Casanova, I'm sorry. I didn't think we'd have to do this. I don't know. What do you got that's worth like $20 in here? Let's see.
We got food.
Some cake. Okay. I mean, hey, listen. At least now we're even. Now we're both accomplices. I took something
Okay.
of value worth like $20, so that works, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Now we don't talk about it and we get corrupt.
And we get corrupt, or we just don't talk about it and we don't get corrupt.
Well, if you don't talk about it, we're just corrupt. You know what I mean? So
Any high command around?
you're looking at it. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Fuck.
220, 31 Alpha Code 4, Normandy, back in service.
All clear here, 405 back in service.
You guys good? Everything good over there?
Yeah. Why do you know what? Lucian
sound-
10-3. 10-3.
Hang on a
Okay, sir.
second.
Yes, sir.
Casanova's not sounded that alive in years. Something's wrong. Or smacking clowns around because
It's something important.
Hey,
oh,
Flop said
sorry.
10-3.
Brian and I need to talk to you.
Regarding?
Okay. All right, let me. Okay. So, a ride along, you're riding with Aaron Carter, blah, blah, we just went through all that. He decided it was a good idea to have his pet with them during the ride along, and that pet almost got shot down, and then he threatened an officer.
Sorry, Whiplash. Start over. What?
Whiplash.
So, you and Brian need to talk to me
710-8.
Yeah,
because
David's.
Aaron Wait, what happened?
We want your opinion on it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Start over. My
Okay, we want to.
sincerest.
Yeah. So Brian and I had a talk with Jones and Aaron Carter because they had
What the fuck?
a problem where. Okay, so I'm trying to word this entire scene. You know what? I'm just gonna start from the top. I guess
Do
we're
you
in a
wanna-
Flippers.
Do you want to talk in person?
Yeah, we could talk. I mean, I'm in autos right now, so it's gonna be a little bit. So I'll just give you the story now.
You just. Well, let's talk. Let's talk. What's up?
Okay. So, Aaron Carter, Shane Jones had a problem with each other during the scene. Aaron Carter oceaned up the car in a pool. Ride Along got out on foot. Apparently, Ride Along was out with his pet on foot running. This was after multiple individuals were being broken out of cuffs, blah, blah, blah.
Is this Chris
Shane
from
Jones
Rose's
sees the
Flat
Ride
Dog
Along
you
getting chased
love?
by a car, or not car, by a dog.
Has to be
Jones-
I'm the only ranger and don't know who he is.
Almost shot the dog, and he told Ride Along that. Ride Along is like, if you would have done that, I would have shot you in your face or some shit along those lines. Now Jones had a problem with that, so after the scene, he brought it to us.
So Jones was saying that he had a problem with the fact that they were threatening to shoot the dog, right?
The Ride Alongs. Okay,
Sorry, I'm trying to follow the story. I'm a little cooked right now.
I am too. So okay, so the Ride Along was on foot because whoever's car, he was in Aaron's car got dumped into the pool, so he had
Ride
to
along
get
gets out. Yeah,
But the Ride Along has his dog with him.
should not have it, but yeah.
Yeah. So dog is running around with Jones spots this, and he's like, "Oh my god, I almost shot your dog," because
Yeah, I was gonna say, no, unless that is a canine. The reason why canines wear vests is so that they are clearly identifiable
Yeah, exactly.
on a scene.
So I think Brian wants to know if that's something we should just cancel the Ride Along. We should tell. What?
Brian Davids, right?
Yeah, David.
Okay, I was really confused. I'm like, Brian? I'm like, Brian's a sergeant. He'll fucking take care of it if he wants to, but okay.
Yeah, no, David's.
Okay. So, yeah. Under no circumstance, I can't even have my dog in the backseat of my car.
Yep, exactly. So, Brian wants to talk to you as well, but I figured we'll just talk to you together.
I mean, I'll make it very clear that, and honestly, this is for the ride. I mean, I'll let Aaron know too, like, hey, if you're taking ride-alongs, you are still responsible for the people that are in your vehicle. It is your responsibility to make sure that ride-alongs are aware of what they can and cannot do. And one of those things in regards to is to not have personal property, i.e. your animal in the backseat of a marked cruiser while you're on patrol. So from Aaron's perspective, she is at fault for...
Gotta go, Aaron.
She's at fault for having her personal animal in a police vehicle, especially during an active scene. And something else that she needs to be aware of, the ride-along, is that if her dog was shot, that would not have been Jones's fault.
Yeah.
That would have been very clearly the fault of the ride-along. And that would have been a simple conversation to say, hey, when an officer murdered
I'm on the
your
phone
dog,
with them, Davids.
Here, we'll go to the captain's office. Have Davids meet us down there. We'll talk down there.
He's
so
here.
I can just explain all this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Nice. Time to go do command ship, baby. Let's go. We're fine. Now, it was just confusing because I'm like, why would Brian, another sergeant, not just fucking take care of that? You just gotta do both jobs. Trinitas, ain't no fucking way. Flop is not going anywhere near MC with a 80,000 foot pole. Flop would go to walk sanguine than go anywhere near MC right now. Oh, I love bringing treason with me everywhere I go. You know, does this count as bringing treason into the PD as encouragement for Kyle Pred? Am I now an accessory to treason? I'm just gonna say 227.7. I was gonna say captain's office, but I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea.
What's in there?
Hello.
Hey.
Or did you?
Cause you were with me.
What?
Patrol, just let
Sorry.
me know at least next time, Jeanette, please. Just be
What?
like, hey,
Did you dye your hair?
I'm dying.
Yeah, I
I'm
did.
driving.
Looks
I
good.
can't fucking speak.
Yeah.
I'm riding.
I had the black for a long time, you know.
Thank you.
So I was like, maybe I'll change it up a little bit. Nothing too much, but
Yeah, I changed it up too. What do you think?
God, you
Jesus
so horrible.
Christ, Flop.
What?
All right, Flop. I just wanna. I guess we kind of handle it, but I just want to know your thoughts on something.
So if it's what Kurt just explained to me, let me make sure I have the understanding. Ride Along was in a car with Aaron. Car lands in water. Aaron gets out. Ride Along obviously gets out, but Ride Along also had their animal with them. Officer almost shoots animal, and Jones brought up the concern from the perspective of idea that, you know, someone's animal, not PD related, was allowed into an officer's vehicle, and not only was it not the officer's animal, it was the Ride Along's animal.
All right. The ride along's animal, and then Jones said, I almost shot that dog, and the ride along said to Jones, if you shot my dog, I would have shot you in the face with my own gun.
Yeah, who was this Ride Along?
Clark from Harmony.
Clark from Harmony.
What's his name? Brandon Clark, I think, or
I don't know.
I forgot his name. Clark something. Clark Adams. That's his name. Clark Adams.
Oh boy.
I think that's his name.
Okay. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I'll be straight up and honest. It is a courtesy to have ride-alongs. If people are going to be threatening officers on scenes, I'll even tell Jones this myself. You place that motherfucker in cuffs and you send them to jail for criminal threats. The fuck out of here with that. There's not a snowball's chance in hell any officer should be told by a ride-along that if his dog was shot, he would be shot. That is not going to happen under any circumstance. Number one. Number two, to what I explained to Kurt, as an officer, as an LEO, taking somebody with you in your vehicle, i.e. a ride-along, you are responsible to pass along the information on the do's and don'ts as a ride-along. And if those are broken, while it is that person's fault, it is also your fault. And it should not have been allowed to have someone's, I guess, you know, pet in the backseat of that car to begin with. That is an issue. And the third point that I will gladly, I'll call Clark and tell him flat out. I'm going to talk to Jones first, but I'll tell Clark myself. If his dog got shot, I wouldn't have felt a fucking ounce of feeling toward the fact that his animal was killed.
That's kind of the thing I told them.
Start digging a hole.
And then I kind of gave them, while I kind of sit back and think about it more and I had my head together with Kurt, because I had no idea that you were on. I thought it was just me and Kurt. So I was trying to figure out what exactly I wanted to do. I told Aaron, I don't care if Clark's on ride-alongs, the dog's never allowed again. And if I see that dog again, he's being banned from ride-alongs. I'll send it up the chain and have him fucking banned. Do you agree with that?
Honestly, if you recommended the ban, I'll just say yes to it right now. Fuck that.
And another thing is, it's just, there's been like 3 OIS or scenes, and I just seen him in the car. I just don't know how I feel about ride-alongs going to OIS scenes. I just don't know how I feel about that flop.
Gonna be
Like,
honest with you, since the beginning of time, we haven't had much of a, if you, the issue is that if we limited officers going to certain calls based on who's in their vehicle, they shouldn't be in the vehicle to begin with, right? Part of the aspect and I swear to God, that is gonna fucking annoy me. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn off my dispatch for a minute.
The other thing on top of that is that he's in the vehicle. We're taking them to these high octane OIS scenes, and then we're trying to push attempted second degree murder on it,
Yeah.
and it's just rubbing me the wrong way.
It definitely rubs the wrong way. Actually, I want to get Jones in here real quick, actually. But the thing that we are dealing with right now is if we were to limit what calls an officer can go to, at that point, there's a level of concern as to why they're even in the car to begin with. We're supposed to be taking people that we can trust. So if we start limiting where cops can go with ride-alongs, we should have ride-alongs at all.
Yeah, I get
Give me one
that.
sec. Jones has called me. Hey, Jones, I'm actually in the captain's office right now. You want to swing in?
I'm at the prison helping Harvey. I just wanted to see how much should I be paying you a month in rent?
Honestly,
I did 4,000.
Yeah, 4,000 is fine. Don't even worry about it.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Hell
you're
yeah.
all good. You're all good.
All right, buddy. Well, I just sent you money for the September. Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Jones.
Of course, buddy.
Just so you're aware,
and
I'm gonna let you know this. I'm gonna reread the charge and make sure it's articulated properly. I'm being kind of informed, I guess, what happened regarding someone's dog on scene. Did that ride along threaten you?
Yes, he did.
Okay. If that ever happens, feel free to arrest him for criminal threats.
Who passed this up to you? Because it was already kind of squashed, but I'm just curious. Was that?
No, you're fine. I'm just talking with Brian and Kurt right now. And honestly, I'm just making sure that at least from my perspective as to how I feel about it,
Stand by.
You would have had all legal reason to shoot that dog, and that person couldn't have done a damn thing about it.
Yeah, if I can speak freely here, Kurt, Jesus.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Flop. I was just more a little disappointed on how Carter was like very defensive about it. In the office. I'm pulling up to a scene. I just go get my car, right? I come back to the scene. Guy was just uncuffed and was soft cuffed running back. And I just see a Rottweiler running after people. And I'm like, damn, I almost shot that dog. Guy responds with, you shoot that dog, I'll put a bullet in your head. Like, it's like, dude, like, relax.
Who did you bring it to? Because I may want to talk to you about that specifically at a later time if you're around.
Yeah, we could talk once I help. So there's a threat for a drop at the prison right now.
Oh shit. Okay.
And there's 0 DOC. So I'm helping out Harvey. The guy has been.
If you need
busting ass up here.
77s, 311 for people, that's kind of big.
What I'll do is if people are coming into the prison, I'll probably just 311 it because we're on 5. Just so that we could talk freely.
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
We'll talk about it. I don't think Erin should get in trouble. I just think she needs to be open-minded to how to react to things. I'll talk to you more about it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll explain to you how I feel about it later, but we'll talk then.
Cool
Okay.
beans. I appreciate you.
Yep, not a problem. Bye bye.
God damn, a 6R L is fucking 4.5 mil.
Jesus Christ, that's my fucking. Oh, God damn it.
Is that your dream car?
Someone I know just bought that fucking car for 1.8, and I said, "Fuck, for 1.8, I would have bought it from you yesterday."
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Where were we? Jones.
We're talking about ride-alongs.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think OISs are just too sporadic to even, go along with that. They happen over anything nowadays.
Yeah. Respectfully speaking, though, we also deal with a lot of OISs as is. So then the question comes in: do we ever allow ride-alongs at all? That's kind of what this comes down to now. We haven't had a limit on ride-alongs. The limit is if you're a convicted felon, get the fuck out of my car. And as long as it sort of stays that way, if we start limiting what officers can go to calls, if officers are being shot at and you're around the corner and the first rule of thumb is get out of my car, I have to go to a call, well, they shouldn't be in the vehicle to begin with.
The thing I was worried about is I don't like having like ride-alongs taken to these calls and then like pushing attempted second-degree murder. It just rubbed me the wrong way when they tried to do that, and I said, no, take that off. I don't know.
Wait, they tried to charge him for shooting at a ride along.
Yeah. At
Okay,
at the Polito OIS, I think it's before you got on duty. It was a bank robbery. We shut down Mandem, and I guess Clark was in the car, and they shot at the car, and they tried to push second degree. I was like, take that off. We're not pushing second degree for that.
That's dumb.
So I just want to get your thoughts on that, Flop, because I don't want that to be a precedent of people having ride-alongs and they're getting shot at, and we're just giving everyone second degree murder or attempted second degree.
God, that's a hard one because as dumb as it is, I mean, technically, if someone's going to shoot at the vehicle, I'm going to ask a question because I don't usually take a lot of ride-alongs. Have we ever charged for ride-alongs being shot at in the past?
I haven't.
Okay.
Usually they stay in the car and they don't get shot. That's the thing.
Well, yeah.
So like this is why this is like unseen territory for me. That all this happened because I've never heard this happen before. I don't know. I'm just trying to pick your head whether I should just like, because I kind of like want to let it just be like, I told them what it is, and if I see it again, I'm gonna do it, or whether I should just come down with the hammer and say, fucking no, you threatened Jones and you had your fucking dog running. So I should just flat out ban him.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like
it is
an officer doing a ride along.
You know what? Honestly, I wasn't there. You want my honest opinion? It's a fucking courtesy people are allowed to sit in our vehicles. If you're gonna be a dick, get the fuck out of this PD. You have no reason to sit in that car.
All right.
So feel free to put a fucking note on his profile, and if anyone has a problem with it, tell him to come talk to me.
All right. I just wanted to pick your brain to see what I should do.
Yeah, no, I think this is the right decision. Honestly, if any officer is ever getting fucking threatened for having because of a ride along, they have no business sitting in someone's vehicle. We bring people along with us to ensure the people that we know that we can deem safe, right? If an officer's going to get threatened to be shot at because they decided to bring their pet along for what they knew was going to be a dangerous ride, yeah, hey, guess what? No longer feel bad for you. Sorry you feel that way. You can do it in someone else's car because you're not doing it in a police car now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Davis, I'm just gonna leave this to you because I kind of just tagged along to this. So it's completely up to you, man.
Yeah.
I'll say this much: the stuff regarding Aaron, I will try and bring up and talk about. The stuff regarding the ride along, if you would like me to, I have no problem calling and letting him know now that he is banned from going on ride alongs.
Oh, I can do that. I'll do that myself. If I had to talk to Bison and them just to get it finalized, if that's over my power, I'll go ahead and do that. But I want to handle that myself. I just want to make sure
you're not going. You're not going over anyone's pay grade. You're talking about a ride along. They do not work here. Yeah. It is a courtesy that they even get to sit in the vehicle. Feel free to call them. I would let a cadet call and ban a fucking ride along.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
as for Aaron and Jones, do you see anything maybe to do with them? Because Aaron's saying it was like a miscommunication because her car was in the pool, and she said she contacted Jones and Jones affirmed her, and then it just turned all out of whack. So I just don't know
the
how
reality.
to go forward.
The reality is that the problem could have been avoided if the common
if the
sense
dog
part,
wasn't there.
if the dog wasn't there to begin with, which the dog shouldn't have been there to begin with. So as far as I see it, whether communication was poor or not, that dog should not have been there. And if that dog was not there, I would almost guarantee you that none of this would have happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't there. Would you agree?
That's kind of what I told them. I said, why the fuck is the dog here?
No, you're actually risking your dog's life doing shit like that. Yeah. Let me actually do a quick double check on this one. Give me a second. Let's read a fucking charge.
I mean, I also told him it was lucky it was like fucking me and Kurt listening to it, not like fucking like Bison or someone, because Bison and Carter would have said like, "Are you too fucking stupid?"
Yeah.
And fucking screamed at him and probably give him both strikes or some shit like that.
I think that was the first time I actually yelled at people.
Hey, feel free to
What?
get loud, brother. Sometimes you got to be loud. Sometimes you got to be the dick. And unfortunately, right now, I got to be the dick when it comes to, you know, getting things straight. And if, I mean, granted, it's not my department, but I have no problem talking to Aaron and just kind of regarding what happened. But I'm going to talk to Jones to, oh, hold on.
I was talking to Aaron. She says Clark was really just give us a second real quick, Jones. Give us a second.
Oh, he gave me a nod. I thought he was saying.
Yeah, no, just give me a second real quick.
Sorry.
I talked to Aaron's really apologetic, saying she was really apologetic. To be honest, it sounds like both of them are going through like a spat as well. Like both of them are like not on the best of terms with each other. So I could, because Aaron was just complaining about him, and then he feels like Aaron's like trying to like
Who, Clark?
boss him around. I don't know, bro. This is a lot. This is a lot of shit going on. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I just woke up to this.
I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say if Aaron was understanding regarding what happened, just to you know, even if it was a reminder to just say, hey, you know, you're and this would come from me, but just a reminder that you are still to some degree responsible for your ride along, and anything that happens in that vehicle, i.e., someone's pet sitting in the back seat. You still have a responsibility to make sure that shit like that, regardless of if it was relayed over radio or not, that should not be happening at all. So just to let her know that. Do I think punishment should come? Probably not. But
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
From the ride along side, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a fuck about Clark.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't even know who the guy is.
Yeah, nah, fuck him. If you wanna call and tell him he's banned, put a note on the profile. You could even put in a reason why and go from there. You just say, you know, threaten an officer on a scene, threatening to shoot an officer on a scene. I don't care what it is, just so people know when they look at his profile, this dumb box of rocks decided to fucking threaten an officer while on a ride-along. Feel free to put my name there, your name, I don't care. As long as it's clear that this guy is not to get into another car with somebody, cool.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. During that conversation, the vibe I got from both of them were they were kind of just angry at each other.
How was he in the car then?
No.
No, we're talking about Jones and Aaron. I don't think they're seeing eye to eye right now.
Yeah, I think they were just angry at each other. I don't know about what, and I don't really care.
Okay.
I think the point got across to Aaron. I doubt she makes the same mistake twice. Besides, yeah, and that's all it is. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll talk to Jones. I'll figure it out. Let me handle that from here. You guys are gonna be good. I appreciate the talk. Davids, you can let me know as soon as you're done with the phone call, and I'll just do a double check on his profile. But I trust that you're gonna be able to handle that just fine.
Yeah. Okay.
All good. If you guys could just have Jones come in, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Call you, Jones.
Where the fuck's he going? Did I miss the 13? What the fuck's going on? The fuck?
Hey, Flop.
Hey, brother. What's going on?
Nothing much. How are you?
Oh, boy. You know, just dealing with a little bit of column A and column B and apparently column C now.
Yeah. I didn't want it to go this far. I don't think it's too big of a deal, but I understand why it hit your desk.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't realize that there was anything between, I guess, what happened regarding you and Carter. I was just talking more about the dog incident, if anything. I just obviously heard a very little tidbit. Don't fault it for anyone. I don't think it's anything that really needs to happen or go any further. I trust your intuition as a police officer and as a friend. So more just break it down for me. And do you feel like things resolved peacefully and we can go from there? I'm not going to make too big of a deal out of this.
I do. I think it's definitely something I'll keep an eye on. I did feel a little bit disrespected when like it was brought up like, oh, like you're still UPD, and like you need to file a chain of command, because like I was hired and I was told I'm equivalent to an officer, and you know, no offense to Carter, Flop, but I literally pulled her out of the queue multiple times and trained her. So like to have somebody sit there and try to pull rank on you, when I'm told I'm an officer, my next chain of command would be a corporal, right? As far as I'm concerned, that's what I was told my rank is, right? So I think I'm just going to monitor that. I think I'm getting bossed around a lot because I'm wearing a yellow vest. Little do they know I already have offers. I just haven't accepted yet. So I don't think that this needs to be too crazy. If I feel like it personally continues and it's targeted, I'll say something, you know?
I mean, listen, to some degree, the respect part is there. But if people in the field are going to start calling you a yellow vest and try and belittle you to some personal value, I don't care who it is. There is a fucking reason why you go to the UPD pool. You're not in a department. You're in the UPD. I don't care if you're in it for a day or a year. You should be getting the same respect as anyone else.
I agree. So that's where I kind of got a little bit defensive and kind of said, hey, listen, like commissioner's office told me, I'm equivalent to an officer or deputy. And I nipped that in the butt really quick because I feel like the conversation kind of went off track. The whole point of this to me was, I almost shot this dude's dog because it's not wearing a police vest on a scene and it was barking and like running up to people. Now, when you just pull up on a scene and you see that, you can imagine from my POV, I'm like, oh shit, this dog's about to bite somebody. And then I realized it stopped and I was like, oh, that's somebody's dog. I was like, I almost shot that dog. I thought it wasn't a person's. And he's like, you're lucky you didn't because I would have shot you right in the head. Put a bullet in your head. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, I would not be on a scene as a ride along threatening officers. I get how he could take that as a threat towards his dog, but like I didn't mean it in that way. I was saying it more in like a thank God I didn't shoot that dog. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I told this is what I just told Kurt, and this is what I just told David's. Granted, I feel bad because typically when I deal with an issue, I go through the proper channels. I misunderstood the story from the way Kurt explained it. So now it makes a little bit more sense. But from the way that they explained it and the way that I understand it, no one should have their pet in the backseat of a vehicle. Especially if they're a ride along. The reason why we have vests on canines is so that they're easily identifiable in the field. This animal was not easily identifiable in the field, and that is a concern. And I'm going to be honest with you, and I say this as the ranger in this regard regarding an animal. If you had shot that dog and killed that dog, I would not for a second fault you for pulling that trigger.
I had to shoot a dog the other day, and I don't feel good about it.
It
I was in the
sucks.
south side. It does suck. The dog was trying to bite me and my suspect. I actually shot it for the suspect, and then it came after me. It's never something you want to do, and I'm very grateful that I hesitated. I was in the military. Trigger discipline is one of the most important things we're taught, and then you learn it a lot here, right? You're in a lot of situations. The Ocean King?
Do you want me to? Because I could bring Aaron in here if you want. Do you want to have a conversation
I don't hear
with
you
the
on
three of
radio.
us?
You still good? Okay. Sorry, I was doing welfare check on Harvey. No, I don't think it needs to go any further. The other day, she kind of made a snarky comment to me at the prison and told me like, Jones, get out of the prison. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting bossed around a lot. I'm excited to get this vest off and kind of like, not get bossed around anymore. I'm cool with being told what to do, but when there's a little bit of attitude behind it, it can get frustrating, if that makes sense. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I think there's a lot of just misconception with what UPD actually is, and that's okay. I wouldn't honestly take it too personally. Most people know your stance on things, and I'm gonna be the unbiased one here to say this, but there is still a level of degree regarding your rank, and while you know what your rank is, not everyone is going to understand that. And unfortunately, even in the field, when we deal with people in traffic stops, are going to call you the yellow vest.
Oh yeah, well when somebody else does it, I don't give a shit, right? I'll never
I know,
let
I
that
know.
get to my skin. But when it's one of your own, it definitely kind of bothers you a little bit. And you can see for me personally in this situation, like I was training her. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like so, like when I have like rank pulled on me in office, being like, oh, you should follow your chain of command. You're just a solo cadet. It's like, hold up. Where are you hearing I'm a solo cadet? That's the first I heard. I'm told I'm equivalent to an officer with a 600 call sign. But David's nipped that in the butt. David's actually was fucking phenomenal. I
love
actually gotta give,
David's.
dude, he mediated that. He did very well. And I agreed with everything that he had to say about like no fucking ride along dogs. And if Clark steps out of line again on a ride along, and threatens an officer or anything out of line, he's getting blacklisted.
He's already blacklisted.
Oh,
I made the call. I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm going to say this to you because I would give a cadet the opportunity to blacklist somebody if that's the case. Flat out, if my main problem of concern was that this ride along threatened you. When we take ride alongs in our vehicle, we do background checks to ensure that they are people that we deem safe in the custody of our vehicle while we go to calls. And in an instance where on a scene, you bring your pet out and then turn around and say that I'm going to shoot you in the face, a cop, mind you, it is a courtesy that you get to sit in the vehicle. And if ride-alongs are gonna bully you around or bully other people around, I don't give a shit who it is. You need to respect that you are being given a very, very kind courtesy to go on this ride-along. We do not owe it to you. It is an absolute privilege.
To clarify, so I pulled up to the scene and said, I almost just shot that dog. And he responded with something along the lines of, I'm glad you didn't. If you did, I would have I'd put a bullet in your head. Or like, if you shoot that dog, I'll put a bullet in your head. Along those lines. So like, he didn't directly say like, I'll shoot you in the head. I want to make sure that context is clarified. It was more of a like, if I did that, this would be the outcome. But I still take that as a threat.
It's a threat. Honestly, if you arrested him for criminal threats, I would have given you a high five. And honestly, if you shot the dog and I was there, I would have told Clark, grab a shovel and start digging, because I'm going to be honest, you would have had all reason to shoot that dog.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I didn't, because I think this thing would be at that point way bigger than it should be.
Yeah, no, I just, you know what it is?
Also,
communication in the PD's a shithole. It always has been. Just getting everyone to talk and break it down is good, and I don't fault you for anything you did, and I'm glad that the dog wasn't shot. I am just saying on the offset that it was shot, I would not have felt bad.
You would have had my back.
Yeah, I would have absolutely had your back on that.
So Carter's, in her defense, her vehicle went into a pool. So that's the only reason why he was out of the car to begin with. And he was brought to the triage point. And she was there. I was given scene control because her car was immobilized. I was grabbing my vehicle like 3 or 4 blocks up through the Vinewood Hills houses. So it took me a while to get to my car. The 95s were there. They got uncuffed. One was running. And I gave the command to beat them down, just like we always do when somebody's getting uncuffed. And they left. That's when I pulled up and this happened. So the chain of command thing was brought up because I thought the ride along was Harper's because he was standing with Harper, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she was upset on the fact that I was going to Harper and not her.
Miscommunication. It's all good. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, how am I supposed to know whose ride along is what? They're not on the dispatch or anything like that. And I clarified that with her. So that was really it.
Steph, thank
like
you for
I
the
said,
1 year. Appreciate
between,
you.
Me to you, I will come to you if I feel like it becomes an issue. I'm going to let it cool for like a day or two, and then I'm going to talk to Carter about it and just kind of let her know, like, hey, listen, like, I hope you know, like, I'm just going off my best judgment out there. Like, you know, I hope everything's cool with this, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, my biggest point whenever people bring up a concern is, you know, number one, before it comes to my desk, did you and the other party have a conversation? So give it a day, mend over. I obviously want to hear Aaron's side, but I wouldn't sweat it too much. For a rule of thumb for you to know, and I'm going to make sure that this is aware, and I'm going to make sure that this is explained to people. Your pet should never be in a police car that is marked as an LEO unit. Otherwise, we would have canines without vests. But there's a reason why we have canines with vests.
So they're easily identifiable.
Exactly. So
I can't agree more.
I'll talk. Like I said, I'm not issuing anything. I'm not going to turn this into anything big. I just want to make sure everyone's cool with each other, and I don't see a lot of other command around. So I figure, if possible, I'm just gonna have a nice conversation, break it down, and go from there. I'm not faulting anybody today.
I have one other thing I want to bring up.
Yeah, what's up?
Robbery. Okay, Bolt. Copy that. Transition channel 2. Robbery, Bolt. Shoots. Grand larceny, right? You charge them with the valuable goods at that point, correct?
Oh boy. I think so.
Because Carter was saying, which I was very confused on. No, everybody's taught differently, but I was told that if
what report?
It should be Mandem Volt OIS. So I was taught that if you're charging them individually, they get hit with the possessions of the bank, like if they have valuable goods, right? She was taught that it's just robbery and that covers it. Now, when I read grand larceny, I don't read that in that articulation. So I was just wondering what your opinion on that charge is.
Typically, from a bank, I would need to get quick clarification for vaults. But in a circumstance where OIS occurs from a bank, it is first-degree robbery, and it is every charge individually. So it's not an all-encompass charge, essentially. Does that make sense?
Except for the city vault, which is grand larceny.
Yes.
Yep.
So
which used to be the Dean's World Pier and the casino heist as well.
Yeah.
But those, I don't even think they get hit anymore. I haven't seen one of those in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't seen one in a while. The grand larceny and the broken down charges with everything is fine. Your question was what again?
So my suspect was in possession of valuable goods, and I was going to press the charge of possession of stolen goods, which is stolen goods. If you look, it says possession of valuable goods without proof of ownership.
Okay.
So I was wondering if we press that charge, because when I was around there, I never seen valuable goods until I started coming back.
Yeah.
I haven't seen those in a very, very long time. Very.
Yeah,
long
I
time.
don't.
Hence the
God.
very.
Listen, Jones, I hate to say, I as the sergeant in the room, I really hate to say, I don't actually know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I was told not to, and I'm like, hey, like I ain't worried about like if somebody tells me I did it wrong. Like I was told to do that, so
I'd rather not tell you did right or did wrong, because I don't want to be wrong and give you the stern answer and then find out that I fucked up, because then that's a nip for everybody then at that point. So I'm gonna
cool.
Let me get a proper answer for you on that, and I'll just confirm. But at the minimum, just similar to like joyriding. If they have a lockpick, you take it. Shit like that. So.
Oh yeah, it was seized.
Yeah, which is fine.
100%. Cool.
Well, all good.
All right, Flop. I appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Thank you for
not
the
a problem,
conversation. I'll be around tomorrow too. So after you talk to Aaron, if you want to follow up again, you can let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good. We'll
All
do.
right, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'll see you out there.
Yeah, likewise, man. All right. Toby, have a good rest of your night. I appreciate you. Thank you. Damn, dude, we really jumped into the fire here. This is not that big of a deal, but it's more of just like kind of a let's break this down and figure out where things went, where they could have gone wrong. Just sometimes in the PD you got to delegate the conversation, and I'm not gonna pass that along. It sounds like it passed to a few people, so I think it'll be good to at least just hey, what good.
Hello.
Hello. You want to hop into the captain's office real quick?
All right.
I got you. Hey, Carter. How you been?
Oh, I was all good until today, I guess.
Yeah, I feel that. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like, you know, your text didn't line up. Yeah, I spoke to a couple people. Yes. You know, I've heard some sides. I'm kind of curious to just hear sort of what happened on your side, and I'll kind of break down where I'm at with things. Okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, just so that there's no pressure on this. As of right now, no one's getting in trouble. I'm sort of delegating it as best I can to kind of just get a understanding, break things down. I'm not taking sides.
I have no reason to lie and twist things.
No. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying don't feel pressured to, you know, clarify details, like finer details. Just give me the rundown. Give it to me straight. There's no pressure here. I'm just doing my part. You know what I mean?
Yep. So it was in a pursuit. With I don't even know when the entry was even there. Bobby Brown, I think. Maybe I don't bloody know. Either way, was in a pursuit. They were taking the I don't want to say back gardens. It wasn't even back gardens in the Vinewood Hills. You know, like just the grassy area behind the gardens. They were taking those like crazy jumps, and I took one. And then they just hit me slightly, and I fell into the pool. So, you know, my vehicle's out there, and I was primary on scene, I was leading it and everything. I then started walking away from the area, you know, because I didn't have my vehicle then. I called over the radio to Jones, that he was second on the scene. I said, "Hey Jones, my car is disabled. It's in the water. So I'm not going to give you lead because obviously it makes sense, you know. He's second on scene, so he knows what's going on."
Yeah.
He answered the radio back and said, "Hey fam, that's all good," or something like that. So I'm like, okay.
Welcome everyone.
The
What's
vehicle
up?
then crashed out in the same area. They managed to box it in or disable it. I don't know. Something like, I think it got disabled. Yeah, it did, because I remember someone was fixed afterwards. So I'm like, okay, so now, you know, my ride along and me is on foot. And I'm going to make it very clear the dog was not out at this point. So we're on scene. They then started saying on the radio, they're on foot, they're coming towards you, Carter, they're coming towards you. So I'm like, well, I don't want to risk my ride along's life. So Clark knows where I live. I live on Ace Jones Drive. And they got boxed in on North Sheldon Avenue and like Madway and Thunder kind of area.
Yeah.
So I said to him, you know, go to my house. You know who's meant to be there and stuff. Don't get involved. So that's what he did. I ended up chasing, I think it was Paris, all the way to the Richmond Hotel. She got away. 295s got caught, which were Ace Carter and Rosa Garcia. Just as we're about to move out, I say to Clark, "Hey, where are you? Are you still at my house?" He says, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm just chilling on the roof with my dog." So I'm like, so that's the first time the dog got mentioned, by the way. So I'm like, okay, if you want to come back down, we're gonna head to MLPD now. I wasn't even aware his dog was still on the scene as he's come down. Obviously, you paid attention to people around you, because as he approached the us, is when the blue vehicle arrived. Individuals got out the blue vehicle just as Clark arrived as well. They started trying to uncuff people. Obviously, we're told to beat them down if we could. And Clark did stand out the way. He stood to the side of the road, so he didn't get involved. And I repeatedly said to people, "Hey, I said to Clark, can you get in one of these vehicles? Obviously, it's not safe." So he was trying to get in people's vehicles. Obviously, people are locking them. And I'm repeatedly saying, "Hey, can someone unlock the cars so my ride along can get in the vehicle?" In the end, I think it was either Harper or Scully unlocked the vehicle and he went and sat in there. That's when all these individuals came back, got onto rooftops, started shooting us. So, you know, he wasn't like on scene and stuff. As for the comment about shooting a dog, I wasn't present for it. Clark has apologized and said it was just a heat of the moment thing. I want to clarify he didn't have any weapons with him anyway, because obviously it's a ride along. I did check beforehand. So he didn't even have anything anyway, but I understand and he understands that it was just a heat of the moment thing. You know, if someone said to you, hey, I'm going to shoot your dog, like, you're going to say the same thing. I mean, I personally would. He understands that. Obviously, I spoke to him afterwards. David said to speak to him, and I did. He said to apologize to Jones, and I said it better if I give you his number and you do it directly and have a conversation yourself and just say like you apologize stuff instead of just coming from me. If that makes sense, it's gonna sound better if it comes from him. And he's willing to do that. I haven't sent his number over yet because I want to make sure that's so good with Jones. You know what I mean? I just don't want to give numbers. He understands, obviously, so I was like, okay, and then pass it on to David, so David knows.
I gotcha.
But I want to say the dog wasn't there for the whole ride along. It was literally there right at that point, and that's because he sat on my rooftop, waiting for basically to be told it was safe to come down.
Okay. That was my following question. So here's where I stand on it. Just so that you're aware, with the clarifying information, I'm gonna be a little bit nicer about it. But I did tell and make the call that if we're gonna have ride-alongs threaten officers due to negligence on his part, they're not welcome in ride-alongs. As I see it stand that it's a privilege to be in, you know, a vehicle. And I don't think that under any circumstance, a ride along, we do background checks on people. We make sure that they're clean. They're people that we trust enough to allow to sit in the vehicle with us. I trust your abilities as an officer. And my main concern was I thought the animal was in the car to begin with. This is why all sides are important. So I'm glad that was clarified.
I don't even bring my own dogs in my car, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I was gonna, my explanation to you was going to originally be the reason that we have vests on canines is so that they're easily identifiable. But this is the reality, is that if Clark's dog was shot by Jones on that scene, I'm going to be honest with you, that would have been Clark's fault.
Yeah. And he fully understands that. And, you know, he said, it was my bad. I just never, you know, told him to go home kind of thing. And he just followed me to the scene, which, you know.
Okay.
But he, like I said, he fully understands. He said he's willing to apologize and stuff as well. Obviously, this is his first ride along, so he doesn't want to make a bad impression as well as, you know.
Yeah.
And you know Clark yourself because I know, like, you've dealt with hunting calls and stuff when he's been up there with you and stuff. And, you know, he's not violent. Like, you look at his record, the only thing he's got is speeding tickets.
Yeah. I'm willing to go a little nicer, I guess, on, because I originally stated full on just blacklist them. And I've stated to everyone in the room, sort of in regards to that, I would even let a cadet blacklist somebody from a ride along. The issue that I had was the threat. And I want to remind people, and I do not under any circumstance want to say that this is a precedent set, but I'm hoping that the reminder here to Clark is to, at least to some degree, understand that in a high tense situation, such as that scene, the small remark like that to an officer, negligence on his part, is what caused the result of me to say blacklist him. If he was understanding and it was heat of passion, heat of the moment, I'm not going to talk to him because I don't feel like it is even worth my time to discuss with a ride along his side of the story. Respectfully speaking, I have no disrespect for Clark, but to the same degree, there is a privilege to being in a LEO's vehicle. And if people are going to be making remarks like that to officers, he needs to know his place, and his place is not to make those comments. I'll drop it down to a week. I'll make a note on his. I asked for a note on his profile.